Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Aaron Reads the Twab. This is the one from Cosmo, as we see here, this week at Bungie, 5/05/2022. Let's get right into it. I don't want to waste any of your times as much as I already am by going off tangent, but let's get right into it. Before we get into it, we wanted to take a moment to reiterate talk about the commitment we made as a company earlier this week in response to the leaked draft decision by the U.S. Supreme Court to overturn Roe v. Wade. Standing up for reproductive choice and liberty is not a difficult decision to make, and we remain dedicated to upholding these values. You can read our full statement here. This week at Bungie, the third annual Guardian Games has begun. Welcome back, sports fans. The Guardian Games have commenced, and Hunters, it's crossed out of course, Warlocks have taken the lead. But it's still early in the 3-week competition, and it's anyone's game. The tower's looking spiffy with decorations up in the spirit of competition in the air. There are adventures to be had and rewards to be won. Are you pumped yet? Well, watch this. Okay. On top of the overall class versus class main event, we also have assembled a friendly out-of-game competition between fire teams and guardians from across the globe. We have creators from 14 territories representing their favorite class and competing for glory in the Guardian Games Cup. Check out the full details and keep track of the scoring each week here. Guardian Games Gift Shop. Want to commemorate your epic domination during this year's Guardian Games? Then we have cool opportunities through Bungie rewards. Whether you are Team Hunter, Titan, or Warlock, you can celebrate your individual accomplishments during the games with the opportunity to purchase a Guardian Games tankard if you light 2 platinum torches. Anyone who lights 4 platinum torches can purchase a Guardian Games medal. 9,000 words was not enough for Master Raoul. Twab before last was a mega ultra chonker. Even with thousands of words on the weapon changes coming in Season 17, questions still remain. The team has been reading through the responses online and wanted to answer a few questions as well as clear up a few bits of confusion. Global. Flinch resistance. How does flinch resistance work? Flinch resistance directly scales the angle your aim moves by when you take damage. So if you have 60% flinch resistance and you would normally be flinched 10 degrees, you would now be flinched 4 degrees. The flinch calculations show 1 unflinching hand cannon mod and 2 unflinching pulse rifle mods, both total a 0.7 times flinch multiplier. Was this a typo? Yes, this was a typo. Sorry about that. We fixed it. What is a scalar? When we say scalar, we mean a multiplier. E.g., a 0.65x scalar on flinch will multiply flinch by 0.65. What are the scalars for some common flinch resistance sources? No distractions, 0.65x. Suro Synergy, 0.8x. 1 unflinching armor mod, 0.75. 2 unflinching armor mod, 0.7, i.e. this value is used instead of multiplying 2 unflinching mod values together. Rally Barricade, 0.5. 10 Resilience, 0.9. 100 stability on an auto rifle, 0.75. 100 stability on a sniper rifle, 0.9. Given the importance of stability for flinch resistance, do you plan to adjust the stability stats for any weapons? We may adjust stability on specific weapons if we see clear outliers in the future. Airborne effectiveness. Can an airborne effectiveness penalty take you below 0 in the stat? No. Airborne effectiveness stat cannot go below 0 or above 100. The same is true of all weapon and character stats. The tiers in the Mega Twab were just general examples of performance within ranges. Every point in a weapon stat still count, although a single point won't typically be perceptible. In most cases, there is a linear progression from 0 to 100 stat, an exception being accuracy penalty, angle on primary weapons, which is linear from 0 to 60, but is flat 0 from 60 to 100. How does airborne effectiveness interact with accuracy perks? Technically, accuracy perks, like opening shot, apply to your airborne accuracy cone as before, but because accuracy while airborne is generally better than it was before, you'll feel the benefits a little less. Can you clarify precision aim assist? When grounded and aiming down sights, the full aim assist cone angle is used to determine whether a shot is a crit or a body shot. When airborne or hip firing, by default, you only get a crit if you're aimed exactly at the head. While airborne, the airborne effectiveness stat grants you some forgiveness for this in the form of the precision aim cone. We have a graphic to help illustrate all of this. And there is your graph. Key. Grounded. Grounded crit. Your aim assist cone overlaps the head, but you're not aimed right at it. You get a crit. Airborne. 0 stat. Body shot. Your aim assist cone overlaps the head, but the center of the reticle is not on the head. You get a body shot. Airborne. 60 stat. Body shot. Your aim assist cone overlaps the head. Your precision aim cone does not overlap the head. You get a body shot. Airborne. 60 stat. Crit. Your aim assist cone overlaps the head. Your precision aim cone overlaps the head. You get a crit. Aim assist cone, center point, precision aim cone, head target, body target. Can you give us more details on how aim assist is affected while airborne? The term aim assist has two parts. Auto aim, aka bullet bending / magic or bullet magnetism angle. If a target falls inside this cone, your projectile will aim at the target before the effects of the accuracy cone. This applies equally to mouse and keyboard and controller. Reticle, friction, and adhesion. Friction slows down your aim when a target is within this cone. And adhesion can pull your aim to stay on the target if they move while you're aiming. This is only turned on for controller. In the live game, both angles have halved their while airborne. In Season 17, these cones are still halved as before and have an additional penalty angle that's subtracted from this, depending on the airborne effectiveness stat. Here are some numbers. 0 stat. Auto aim. Angle penalty is roughly half of the cone angle. Friction / adhesion. Angle penalty is roughly a quarter of the cone angle. In internal playtests, we found that controller players were more often by this penalty and halved it. 100 stat, both cones. Angle penalty is 0, i.e. at 100. The auto aim and friction cones for most weapons will be the same as they are in the live game. Scavenger perk changes. Are all scavenger mods disabled in PvP or only special weapon scavenger mods? All are disabled. With disabling ammo scavenger mods in PvP, are you trying to bring back the double primary meta? No. We want running double primaries to be more viable and want there to be fewer one-hit kills in PvP, but don't want to eliminate them entirely. You will still spawn with 2-round special ammo or equivalent and still pick up ammo bricks, but you shouldn't be able to use a special weapon like a primary. One interesting side effect may be indirect buff to the strategy of running double primary to starve your opponents of special ammo drops. Are the special ammo effectiveness and ammo changes enough to reduce their dominance in PvP? Short-range primary weapons will be more of a role now. Sidearms and SMGs can better compete with shotguns, for example. We've pushed the current PvP ammo system as far as we can with this change. If this doesn't move the needle, we'll look at redesigning PvP ammo economy entirely, which should be a longer-term change. With scavenger mods disabled in PvP, there's little competition for leg mod slots. What's the plan? We're keeping this in mind for future updates, but for now, we recommend you run holster mods. Other changes. Will playtest weapons that have a foundry get both the foundry and playlist origin perks? Yes, new drops of playlist weapons that are from a foundry will get the playlist and the foundry perks. What do the changes to snapshot sights mean? Snapshot sights works by multiplying the ADS animation duration by 0.5, which you could frame as making it twice as fast. On special weapons, it will now scale this direction by 0.75, making it 50% faster instead. Note that we frame this as being completely offset by the sniper rifle ADS duration changes, but this was incorrect. While sniper rifles will be snappier across the board, a sniper rifle with snapshot sights will be a little slower to ADS than before. Weapon archetypes. Does the lightweight pulse rifle damage buff apply to the BXR-55 Battler pulse rifle? Yes. The lightweight pulse rifle buff applies to the BXR-55 Battler and any exotic weapons that share that rate of fire. Is Retraced Path getting the trace rifle buff? Yes. Are slug shotguns also getting the pellet shotgun nerfs? Slug shotguns receive the damage falloff and aim assist falloff changes. Slug shotguns don't have a spread angle but are treated like special weapons and have an airborne accuracy penalty. Are there any changes to aggressive aka spread fusion rifles? No, they're not affected by any of the fusion rifle tuning. Do all SMGs benefit from the damage falloff increase? Yes. Do all SMGs with lower than 14 zoom now have 14? No. Only those listed in the 12 have been raised to 14. What happened to full auto setting? We mentioned that this is coming to season following the Witch Queen launch. It won't make it into season 17 or 18 and is currently targeted for season 19. Are the numbers in the fusion rifle section correct? What does this mean for a charge time masterwork? Yes. To clarify a bit, there are Whoa, these are how much the damage fall off near distance is reduced compared to current at 0 and 100 range, i.e., yes, the damage fall off for 0 range was reduced more than that for 100 range. Reduced damage fall off near distance. Minus 2 meters at 0 range, 2.7 meters when ADS with the 15 zoom stat, minus 1.3 meters at 100 range, 2.275 meters when ADS with the 15 zoom stat. This is the highest per burst of a charge time masterwork on each subfamily compared to the base. High impact 325, precision 275, adaptive 265, rapid fire 240. Why are there no sidearm changes? Sidearms are a niche pick, but when we use by players who favor them, they're extremely strong. We want to see how the reduction is effective range of shotguns and fusion rifles affects their strength before making any changes, and may look at them in the future season. That auto rifle change is somewhat small. Will it do anything? Combined with the zoom scalar, this change is larger than it sounds, but we plan to look at primary weapon balance some more in Season 18, auto rifles included. Why did the Summoner only come back for 2 seasons? We were adding one new weapon, one reissued weapon, and removing 2 old weapons from the Trials loot pool each season, but we felt like only one brand new Trials weapon per season wasn't enough. Now that we're doing 2 new Trials weapons this season, we'd rather the pool contain mostly the newer weapons. Trace rifles and machine guns are both getting buffed. Does this suggest future anti-champion mods? No comment. That's pretty much a yes, let's be honest. Exotic weapons. Is Vex Mytho class a fusion rifle when it comes to airborne effectiveness, and what is its stat? Vex Mytho class airborne effectiveness stat is 19, and it's treated as an auto rifle from translating the stability stat into flinch resistance and how its airborne effectiveness stat is translated. So what about Wave Splitter? Hold on a sec. Wave Splitter's functionality changed late in development, and the TWAB description was not entirely accurate. Wave Splitter's variable damage while firing was not removed. This weapon's damage behaves identically to how it did before this release, i.e. it changes while firing. Changes to orb max charge time will still be accurate, and it does suppress while in the orb derived high power state. Is Risk Runner staying at 13 zoom? What about Osteo? Yes to Risk Runner. Osteo has a unique setup for damage and aim assist fall off that is less affected by its zoom stat, but no, its zoom isn't changing. Is Lumina included in the damage buff reduction? Yes, Lumina Noble Rounds and Boots of the Assembler Seekers now also grant 50% damage in PvP, down from 20%, but the original value 35% in PvE. This damage buff is also used by Sun Warrior, which is part of why Loralee Splendor Helm is so strong, but wasn't mentioned in the Mega TWAB because that issue is being addressed in another way. Is Le Monarch affected by necrotic grips? Le Monarch is not a weapon of sorrow and is not going to become one. The only weapons that count as weapons of sorrow currently in the game are Thorn and Osteo Striga. I am expecting, because they're talking about a new dungeon next season, assuming that it is Crota, we could very well see... We could very well see Necrochasm come back next season. Does Lorenz Driver's change also apply to Arbalest? No, but we'll look at both of these again in the future. Are Devil's Ruin and Fighting Line being monitored for their being unique for their own ammo economy while dancing the primary/special line? We expect both of these to be stronger in the Season 17 weapon sandbox, but not so strong that they'll dominate. We do stand ready to make adjustments if needed, though. They're both acquired taste. Those strengths can't be exploited by every player. I just want to say about Fighting Lion and Devil's Ruin, those guns are really looked down upon, but from my experience of seeing people use the gun or use these weapons, in the right hands, they are absolutely disgusting. So keep that in mind. And with Fighting Lion getting a tiny buff in the next season or whatever, it might even be really good. So keep that in mind. How does the Eyes of Tomorrow's buff work? It's a straight up 1.3 times damage scaler on the current damage values against bosses and champions. Note that the Adaptive Ordnance perk does not expire, so you can potentially get a bunch of Eyes of Tomorrow kills, pick up more heavy ammo, and go into a boss fight with that damage buff. Just to clarify how this works a little more, every legendary weapon type and every exotic weapon can have its own custom scaler against each tier of enemy, e.g. minor, major, champion, mini-boss, boss, vehicle, which we touch occasionally if needed. Damage values versus players are the base numbers in almost all cases. We typically scale the damage up or down in PvE as needed. Pretty Borders. Previously on the TWAB, we spoke about some quality of life changes for weapon crafting. We've already increased the element caps from 250 to 1,000 and the neutral element cap from 8,500 to 10,000. And in Season 17, we're still planning to remove Ruinous, Adroit, Mutable, Drowned, and energetic elements. Only neutral elements will remain. One other feedback item we see cropping up is the desire to masterwork your crafted weapons, if only to get those shiny gold borders and let them know that a weapon is special. Starting Season 17, you will have the ability to achieve the masterworked look for crafted weapons. To get your gold border on legendary crafted weapons, you'll need to have an enhanced intrinsic perk. Whoa, wait a minute. And 2 enhanced trait perks. Crafted exotics will require a catalyst to be inserted. This is insane. Because like that means like Ragnhild, the Hake thing, is gonna get buffed. Like that means you're gonna do even more damage to supers. You're gonna do even more damage to walls. It's gonna be awesome. And the winner is, earlier this week, we put the choice of what map to feature for trials in your hands. We love democracy and let the community choose that what battlefield would be featured next. Here are the final results. Altar Flame wins with 44% of the vote. Vostok came in second with 36%. Fragment received 20%. Tomorrow, Altar Flame will be featured map for the week's Trials of Osiris. Good luck out there. I'm okay with that. It's not a bad map to me. My brother hates it though. So, player support report. Now let's turn some things. Here are the motherfucking bug fixes and all the problems or whatever. So let's get right into this. Guarding games. Players who encounter issues when participating in guarding games should report to their help forum with the description of the issue. Yeah. Contender's Boon. Contender's Boon earned by participating in guarding games playlists can drop only up to the gold level. Platinum boons do not exist and cannot be earned even if a platinum score threshold is reached. Shoot to score quest clarification. Step 1 of this pursuit will complete automatically when the guarding games competitive playlist unlocks. After the completion of step 1, the remaining steps of the shoot to score quest can only be progressed by reaching certain score thresholds in the guarding games competitive playlist. This playlist is available each week from the Friday reset to Tuesday reset. Etheric spiral deprecation. I don't know if I pronounced that right. There's no F in there. Deprecation. Well, wow. With the start of season 17, etheric spirals will be deprecated and no longer available in exchange for other materials or currencies. Players should make sure to exchange your collected etheric spirals at the Cryptarch in the tower prior to the launch of season 17. Known issues. The Omni Oculus exotic hunter chest piece clips through the Fruminous cloak. The Disbelief Triumph and the Elementary My Dear Triumph may not successfully gain progress from all time deep sight chests. Kills earned when standing in a teammate's well of radiance do not count as super kills towards the Super Spree Strike medal. The Super Spree Strike medal is not awarded for kills earned while being buffed by weapons of light. Kills earned by teammates on enemies tethered by a deadfall tether do not count. Players on Steam may have the Witch Queen incorrectly added to their platform store carts upon exiting the Guardian game in-game infographic when selecting the Guardian Games playbook. Due to this issue, the Guardian Games playbook has been disabled. I saw that. We all thought it was a meme, like they were joking. But yeah, I mean, I thought it was funny. I thought they should have kept it, in my opinion. But yeah, I did do that. The competitive Catalyst quest is dropping for players who already earned the Heir Apparent Catalyst in the previous Guardian games. This quest can be safely dismantled. For full list of emergent issues in Destiny 2, players can review our known issues. Montage, no clontage. So, movies of the week. Ooh. Art of the week. Wow, very nice art, guys. Okay. As always, don't forget to hit us with those hashtag Destiny2R, hashtag AOTW, and hashtag MOTW tags for a shot at being featured in a future TWAB. It's been a minute since I've been had hands-on with TWAB process, but I'm stepping in for DMG as he walks the earth. Glad I still remember how to do it. There are so many people who coordinate together to make these happen, and I always enjoy getting to watch it and come together. While I'm writing this before Guardian Games have actually started, all that TWA stuff at the top about Hunters winning the first few days was an assumption. Maybe I will update this before the TWAB goes out to reflect what actually happened. We got a little hyperlink. Maybe I won't. Past me is fickle and reckless. Future me is responsible and honorable. I wonder who won out in the end. Cosmo. And a picture of a cat. Very nice. But that's it for the TWAB, everybody. I hope you all enjoyed. I do want to apologize. I have really bad stutter problems today. it happens, but I appreciate you all watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.